What I'm not doing is I'm not cutting back on what I eat because food makes me happy and I want to be happy right now. My primary focus is not on my body right now. My primary focus is on my brain. I'm doing my exercise. I'm doing everything I can do. I am a fatally flawed broken person.
So I wanted to talk about something tonight. Trolls, trolly, and trollish. That stuff doesn't bother me at all.
Even a disgusting piece of shit rapist is better than you. Even a piece of shit racist, garbage, Nazi is better than you. I love feedback on the internet. I love your tweets. I love your Facebook posts. I love the emails you send me. And even though
Now I was going to call this video one garbage YouTuber reviews another garbage YouTuber, but since he has 4 million subs and I only have 4,000, that would make me very garbage, which I am. But in this video, we're going to be doing something that hasn't been done on YouTube yet. Very original idea. We're going to be taking a shit on Boogie2988. Why do I look like such a fuckboy? Imagine Boogie2988 if he was a fuckboy.
Whoops. Didn't know this was on. Fuck.
We've been talking a lot about mindset on this channel recently, so I want to analyze Boogie's really garbage mindset. Alright, let's start by talking about mental health. Boogie seems to have no actual idea about what causes bad mental health.
Number one, fuck you. It's none of your fucking business. It's my body, it's my choice, eat shit, right? It's only your business when I make it your business, and I'll let you know when it's your business. When I want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. When I don't want to talk about it, I'm not going to, so kiss my ass. Good news is I want to talk about it, okay? Number two, my primary focus is not on my body right now. My primary focus is on my brain.
Now this would be the result of two things. It'd be either he hasn't done enough research or he just has a serious discipline issue. And judging from his personality, I think he probably has both. I bet that Boogie's never really done any research in his whole life about what actually causes bad mental health. Because he seems to think that you can improve your mental health and self-esteem while not working on your physical health or personal image.
What I'm not doing is I'm not cutting back on what I eat because food makes me happy and I want to be happy right now. So I'm eating some of the foods that I shouldn't be eating because I like being happy because I'm struggling with my mental health right now, and food helps me with that.
Depression is the result of low self-esteem, and how do you expect for your self-esteem to get better if your weight is getting worse? Which in Boogie's life seems to be one of the main things that actually anchors his self-esteem. It's definitely possible to get out of a bad mental state if you're not improving your physical health, but it's much easier if you're improving your physical health at the same time that you're improving other aspects of your life. Trying to improve your self-esteem and mental state while you're eating like shit is like the equivalent of climbing a mountain with a 30-kilo backpack on. Sure, you can do it, but your life is going to be way easier if you do it without the weight on your back. Do you really think it's going to be that easy to improve your mental state if you're eating like McDonald's for lunch every day? He even admitted to himself that when he started losing weight, he started to feel way better about himself.
The most obvious thing is now that I'm much smaller, I feel a lot better, and I think I look a lot better. I prefer the way I look, but that's up to your discretion. I do like looking at this face and this body a lot more. But on top of that, I feel a lot better. I'm able to do a lot of things I haven't been able to do for decades.
Don't you think that you should maybe take the thing that made you feel better about yourself in the past and continue doing that? They completely contradict each other, and Boogie can't seem to see that they're intrinsically linked. To me, it even seems like the equivalent of saying, I don't care what I eat right now because I'm trying to lose weight. It just doesn't make sense. Have a look at these two clips side by side.
But if you're 500 pounds, you're like, I love being 500 pounds, and 500 pounds is who and what I want to be, and I don't give a shit about the health ramifications. I don't give a shit about the fact that I'm dying. I don't give a shit about it. That's not healthy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're being crazy. Stop. And I don't want to weigh myself right now. And the problem is, I don't care if I lose any more weight. Like, that's my biggest issue right now. I don't care. Being as big as I am right now at 350 pounds, I'm still going to die early. And if I'm being entirely honest with you, and I see no reason not to be entirely honest with you, but though I don't want to worry you guys, I don't care about dying. In fact, to be honest with you, most days it's a bit of a comfort to me.
So in the first clip, you're saying that if you're in poor physical health and you have no intention of changing, that's a bad thing. And then in the second clip, you're saying that you have poor physical health and you have no intention of changing. Yeah, good logic, man. Good logic. Self-esteem and the trolls. His argument for self-esteem might be, oh, I have high self-esteem. I don't care what any of the trolls think. And I say his argument for high self-esteem because we all know he'd have an argument. He can't seem to let any minor comment go without having to justify himself, to try and make himself look better when others try and put him down.
Even a disgusting piece of shit rapist is better than you. Even a piece of shit racist, garbage Nazi is better than you. You are the worst.
Well, as you guys know, we talked about this previously on the channel here. It doesn't matter what words you're using to respond. All that matters is how you're responding and whether or not you're responding. What his argument should be is nothing. Because high self-esteem people don't have an argument. They just go, haha, yeah, and then move on with their day. Arguing with random people on the internet is like the biggest sign of low self-esteem and just generally being a loser. This might be a bit harsh here, but I think that the amount that Boogie justifies and argues over anything really just kind of highlights how much of a loser he is. He has 4.4 million subscribers and he's getting butthurt over trolls in the chat. Like, think about that. He's been doing YouTube for 14 years and he still gets upset over trolls on the internet. Boogie, you need to grow up, bro. That's like Bill Gates getting offended by a homeless dude's financial position. I've seen 2-month-old Twitch streamers with 5 viewers getting less butthurt over trolls than this dude with 4.4 million subscribers and thousands of views/viewers. The fact that he gets upset by these trolls really just highlights that he subconsciously actually believes that he's below these worthless trolls in his chat. Because if he thought that he was better than them in his own head, he wouldn't even argue with them. Strong, high self-esteem people don't argue with anyone, let alone random people in the Twitch chat. When you argue with these trolls, it just brings you down to their level, dude. Be a leader. The only real way that you can show them that you're above them is by ignoring them. You're not proving any points by arguing. No one's mind has ever been changed in the history of the world by arguing. You're just making yourself look a little bit more weak-minded to your fan base. Let's discuss Boogie's short-term thinking. Boogie loves to talk about how he has changed or is in the process of changing. He even posted this video, I've changed, 1 month ago. And the comments are actually hilarious. It's all people thinking and saying the exact same thing. I've changed, season 69, episode 420. The master manipulator at it again. I messed up, I'm a broken person. I'm sorry. Please send views. I've changed. No, you haven't, boy. Grown man, 2 weeks without social media has changed. This is like watching a rerun, time to turn off the TV. Boogie, I swear I've changed. Boogie, in 2 weeks, the trolls have sent the army and the Navy SEALs to assassinate me. Stop, bro. You don't need to be some guru to know that actions speak louder than words. And most of the time, the only reason you'd actually announce that you're changing is if you have no intention of changing. What do I mean by this? People who actually have the intention of changing just change in silence because they know that at the end of the road, the results are going to be speaking as the message. People who don't have the intention of changing announce it publicly because they know that deep down they're not going to change and they want to please their audience. He calls the video, I've changed. Bro, if you had changed, you wouldn't need to announce it. The results would speak for themselves. You haven't changed at all, you peanut. Announcing that you're gonna change is just approval-seeking behavior. He wants people to pat him on the back for changing when he hasn't changed at all. The insidious part about announcing that you've changed or you're changing actually has the opposite effect on your audience. When you say you've changed or you're changing, people assume that you're not changing. But if you don't say anything and just sit in silence and do your thing, people actually assume that you're changing. It's the same effect that happens when you say, I'm not very smart. People just assume that you're smarter because you're obviously more socially aware. Meanwhile, those people who say, I'm very smart, are normally fucking dumbasses. You think Stephen Hawking used to go around proclaiming that he's a smart person? Now, I'd imagine if you brought this up with Boogie one-on-one, he'd say something like, I just posted those videos to get easy views. You watched them, so I guess I'm the winner. And I am 99% sure that this is why he posted them. And he is smart in the sense that he does know what people will click on. He's been doing YouTube for years and years now, so it's probably second nature to it. However, he knows how hated he is right now, so he knows that if he posts videos that fulfill that hatred narrative, they're gonna get clicks. But what he fails to realize is, this is only gonna make him more hated. Sure, he might get a ton of views for those few videos that feed into that hatred narrative. But for the videos after that, his views are gonna start to dwindle because people are gonna start liking him less. It's like if PewDiePie posted a video saying, I hate all my fans. Sure, it might get tens of millions of views because people will be interested in the message. But after that, people will just stop watching because the respect that they once had for him is no longer there. It just highlights how short-term Boogie's thinking is. He'll happily clickbait and beg for approval from 10 to 20% of his fan base for a few 100,000 views. But that 10 to 20% is gonna like him far less after that one video. I think Boogie knows that his YouTube channel is going down the toilet and that's why he's doing this. Any YouTuber who thinks that their channel is gonna last a long time would never make a video like this because they know that it's not gonna be good for the long-term growth of their channel. So I guess in this last part, I'll just give some of my tips for Boogie. Yes, the 23-year-old guy with 4,000 subs is gonna give some advice to a grown man with 4.4 million subs, but from what I've seen on Boogie's YouTube channel recently, I've seen 12-year-olds with a better mindset than this guy. Boogie, you need a radical change, man. Something that will really shock your system. And at the time of posting this video, I noticed that he does have a little thing saying that he's starting a new business, so good on him. That's exactly what he needs. I actually watched the full 16 minutes of this garbage because I thought it would just be another clickbait video, which I could probably feed into the narrative of this one, but he actually is starting a business, so if you're in Arkansas, go and check it out. Work on yourself, Boogie. Take some time off gaming, dude. Focus on doing some reading and reevaluate what you really need and want to have a happy life. If you don't actually make a change, then your life is just gonna be the same as it was yesterday. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you watched this far, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button or whatever the fuck you guys do at the end of the video. All right, goodbye.